So, welcome back to my channel once again. I do have some reviews coming up that aren't train set, but for now, this is another train set. It's the Cornish carrier, and I'm quite fond of this little guy. And he was anywhere between £40 to £75, depending whether you bought second hand or you bought full retail. I think Hatton's have got a few of them for sale, not just as train sets, but you can obviously buy the loco itself, the little 040, and you can buy the wagons as well. But yep, you just get your basic train set with this. It's nothing too complicated, and it is third radius curves, and you can just make a little oval from it. You get a track mat, as you do with all of them. That's what you get these days, which is great if you've got a little kid, as I've said in many of my other videos. Nice little track mat for a bit of scenery. But yeah, you get your third radius curves. So a little close up of them. You've probably seen these a million times. Nice and simple. So you get your little detail pack, which I'd not noticed in some of the other sets. Maybe I've just overlooked it. Maybe they are in there. And then you get your straights as well. So you get one normal single straight, and you also get your power straight as well. For your power, no more sliding in a clip like you did when I was younger. So just stick that back in the box. Now, something I've said in other reviews is that I've bought these sets just to break them for the parts that I need, and then sell the other parts. But I think I'm quite fond of this little one, so I think I'll probably just keep this as a whole and keep it away. You never know, it may be worth something in the future, and maybe not. I'll run the logo now and again to make sure she gets bits of running time. But yeah, the logo comes wrapped in a nice bit of tissue paper, nice bit of extra protection from it. Nice little logo, a little bit of pink detail on there. Nothing too mega, but then the price point isn't exactly high either. So I'm trying to get good close-ups now on my reviews, better than I have done, just to give you a bit more idea what they're like. So if I can get the light here, you can just see the cab detail. There is a bit of detail in there. It's not just a flat back. Like I've seen a few other cheap locos, you sort of just, there is no detail at all. This one's got a little bit of detail, and just a little bit of detail on the funnel as well. I've got another one just like this, but slightly different colouring that I bought just to see if I could do some weathering on. And I run them both, and this one is a lot quicker. I was surprised for a little 04 just how quick it was. It was flying around the layout. So the wagon, I'm going to open it up again in tissue paper. Again, something that I really like about these sets. You get a nice close up when it focuses. Nice bit of detail. Again, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's better than some of the cartoony sort of trucks that I've seen that you get in other sets where it literally looks like it's straight out of Toy Town. So that's quite nice. I quite like that. Nice bit of detail. It's better than just a plain red wagon just stuck in a box. So we're going to put that down on the track. And then finally, you get yourself a van that doesn't want to come out the box. Oh, there it is. So again, tissue paper wrapped up. As I forgot to mention, they've both got metal wheels, which is nice. I do like the metal wheels. I know the earlier stuff used to have plastic wheels, but both the open wagon and this van come with metal wheels, and a little bit of detail on there. Nothing too mega. The wheels really just rotate really smoothly. Very nice. So hopefully this has come out well enough that you can get a bit of the idea of the detail. So I've put them down on the track here, and I've been working on the lighting as well, so you can get a better idea. Obviously on a laptop, it's obviously going to be a better picture. I watch a lot of stuff on my phone, so it's not so noticeable. Again, as all the locos that are buying new seem to be, they're a little bit jerky first of all out the packet, and then they're more than fine after that. Very happy little locomotive. No problem with the points work either, which is great. So even on the lower speeds, she seems to take off like an absolute rocket. I've tried to just gradually get her to pull away, but doesn't want to have any of that. I don't know when the gearing was done or who was doing the gearing on these, possibly Michael Schumacher on his time off. But it just seems to go really, really quickly. It's like a little rocket run there. And that's not even on full speed. I was afraid to do it on full speed because I thought it's just going to come off the tracks. But yeah, it just goes really, really well. I've done it from different angles so you can see just how quickly it flies around the circuit. Maybe it's just me, but I could watch this little loco go around for hours. It's just something about it. I find this hobby very relaxing, considering what I do for work. So I think this is definitely just a nice little set. But then there's so many lovely little sets out there I've noticed that are slightly older, with pugs, and they look fantastic as well. And I think even Hatton's are running a sale at the moment on the 040 pugs, Smokey Joe, and a few others, and they're starting at £17. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you get yourself over there and have a look at them. Now the train set is more than happy with 2 wagons. I mean, I think it could probably pull maybe 6 plus without wheel slip, but obviously you only get 2 in the set. I've got a lot of wagons hanging around at the moment, but I didn't decide to chuck them all on the track and just make it fly around. Just wanted to show you from different angles, obviously running backwards, forwards, over the points, slow speed, fast speed, all the things that you're probably going to be interested in, especially with the smaller, cheaper sets. You want to make sure you're getting some decent set for your money. And look at it go. And that's not full speed, I promise you that's not full speed. That does make me laugh a bit. So just to show you that it is still happy pulling more than 2 wagons, because I think 2 wagons is not doing this little loco any justice. I couple up to a few more, like Ziani and Glarible, and they're off. In the background you can see the other little loco that's the same as this. Obviously it's not got a gold dome, but it's a lot slower than this. I'm not sure why, probably made at different times with different gearing, because I know a lot of people were saying the older stuff, especially in the small little tank engines, etc., the older gearing made them go really, really fast, and Hornby have toned it down in recent times. I couldn't tell you, I remember them as a kid, briefly, and they used to be really, really quick, and this feels a little bit more like that, although it has been 25 years plus. But yeah, it's more than happy pulling 4, probably 6 I think at full speed with a slow stop, and more than fine. I think if you just turn the power off, we're going to get a lot of wheel slipping and sliding. But it's just happy, lovely little loco. I'm definitely keeping this one. I'll probably be getting rid of the third radius curves because I've got an absolute ton of them. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, you will do because you keep buying train sets. But I haven't actually bought that many of them. And I have other stuff that I just haven't got around to reviewing. And I'm like Edward, he's here now. I have Edward, he's here, and I'm really looking forward to reviewing him. So the usual thing, back of the box, shows you all the basic stuff, the accessory packs for buildings, and you've got it shows you a really old layout. I think that's a really old layout for the track mat. I could be wrong, but yeah, it shows you your track packs and track mat and all the rest of it. So all in all, a lovely little set. Depends what price you get it for, but no, it's got to be an 8 or 8.5 out of 10 for value for money, especially if you manage to pick a second-hand one up for £50, which I've seen them. And half of the stuff that's pre-used, train sets and stuff, it's given to a small child at Christmas or someone who wants to start and then never actually gets around to building their model. So you're not buying a second-hand battered set, and most of the stuff on places like Hatton's are described really, really well of what you're getting. So buying a second-hand train set is with absolute confidence from somewhere like that. It's not like you're picking up at a boot sale, getting it home and finding out the train's got no motor, which I've seen people saying in videos has happened to them. So definitely, if you can pick it up for cheap, go for it. Even if you're going to pick it up near a retailer, go for it as well. This is one of my favourites I've gotten so far. I know there's some really good stuff out there, but you know, I prefer this over the Intercity Express, which I bought, which to me, I just don't think it's good enough for the money. And that's currently been broken and parts being sold on eBay. So thank you very much for watching my review. I've got loads of stuff that I've bought coming up. I'm trying to take my time with it, but I just like to show you what I've got, because I know a lot of people, they'll spend some money and they're either disappointed or it's not quite what they wanted. So if you can just pop on, you know, on YouTube and see somebody's bought it and a nice review with a couple of close-ups. You know, even if you just think to yourself, well, I really fancy that local, or I've seen that wagon for sale, or whatever I've seen second-hand, because there's loads of second-hand stuff for sale. So it's nice to see reviews on these types of things before you shell out your money, because it's not a cheap hobby. So yeah, sorry for mumbling on a bit, but thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.